Well, Nathan H5 wanted to see the inside of the motor on my Circa 1918 GE Whiz. I believe this was an experimental fan, so here's my splice where I put a new modern cord on it. Well, this is in fact a single bearing fan. This is the one they call their bottom lube model because it has a brass oil cup, much like the Sentry back there, or bigger GE fans. This is only a small 2-pole motor. And I have it on a rocking stool here, so it's kind of tippy, but that's okay. It's not going to fall over. See, there's no back bearing at all. This is just stainless steel, or maybe not stainless steel, just steel, stainless steel plate. Could be a royal pain to remove. Actually, it wasn't too bad today. I was surprised. Here it is running. Only has one bearing. Just like a lot of the early pancake motor fans. To remove that back end cap, you just take a screwdriver and pry pretty much. That's all there is to it. There's no screws or anything holding it in. No screw holes. The bearing is probably about an inch long, I guess. But I think the idea is that it's balanced. I think the rotor is supposed to weigh about the same as the blades. I don't know if it does, but I guess it provides balance or something. I'm not really sure how it works. But it seems to run good. It was awful noisy. It has a lot of bearing wear on it, a lot of play in the bearing. But after a lot of oiling, it runs nice and quiet like it is right now. And this is a really early whiz. That's why I think it was experimental. There's a top loop version where it has a oil port, kind of like the one in the Sentry here. But it's all cast iron. The motor's cast iron, the base is cast iron. Still has its original rubber grommet feet things. And its original thumb screw, original paint. I'd say it's like a military olive drab green. Really cool color. It's a really cool fan. Kind of dusty though. Haven't used it in a long time. And the cage requires no tools to remove. It just clips in. So I can remove the cage right now. Well, I'm not going to because the blades are still spinning, but it's kind of hard to do with one hand, but it is possible. Let me see. I might be able to do it. Now I'll break something. I don't want to do it. But this is early because the wires do wrap around the cage. There it goes. That's where it's supposed to be. Just like on the Sentry. So, that's it for now. Of course, now that I've taken the end cap off the motor, I can't get it to go back on. This thing is a royal pain to put back on too. I forgot to mention that. Since there's no screws, it just kind of presses in there, and it is not easy. I swear to God, it is not easy. If you don't have to open these things up, don't.